Kisan Mahapanchayats held within a short distance of each other yesterday, one by the SKM non-political at Kanori and the other by the SKM at Tohana. Both the Mahapanchayats had similar demands to make. They both wanted the legal guarantee for MSP and they both wanted to completely reject the draft national policy for agriculture marketing. I'm Ruchika Khanna and I'm joined by my colleague Rajmeet Singh in this episode of Decode Punjab, where we discuss what is it that is stopping the farmer unions from uniting and together taking on the centre. So, Rajmeet, the agitation by the SKM non-political at Kanori has been going on for almost 11 months now. So, what do you think have they managed to achieve in these 11 months?
I think not much, apart from that the Supreme Court has intervened and it is asking the state government to ensure that Dallewal gets the medical aid at the earliest stage. Health should not deteriorate. Other than that, I think they have not achieved much with their demand regarding the MSP, because the central government has not so far reacted to it.
So, since February 13, these people have been on a protest. They've been trying to enter into Haryana and then march on towards Delhi. So, the 11 months, it's too long for an agitation to go on, you know. So, do you think this prolonged agitation is good for Punjab? And if not, why not?
Certainly, it is not good for Punjab. There are many factors which we must take into consideration. Prolonged agitation is not only causing harassment to the commuters, common man, and to the business, to the economy. And the prolonged agitation is I think the differences among the farm unions is coming to the fore, and which is only weakening them. A united farmer platform would be more competitive, more equipped to negotiate on the negotiating table with the central government. I think they are missing that thing. Ruchika, I have a question to ask you. What do you make out of the statement made by Rakesh Tikat on recently about the central government's
Yeah, so Rakesh Tikait has voiced the concern that a lot of people in Punjab also have. He has said that probably this whole agitation, which is led by the Kisan Mazdoor Morcha and by SKM non-political, probably he's raised his concern that probably it's been done at the behest of the centre. You know, so there are reasons why he said it. You know, the demand for MSP, if it is met, you know, the MSP will not then just be given to the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. The MSP will then be, if it becomes a law, if it is guaranteed by law, then it will be given to farmers across India, which means that, you know, as of now, if 75% of the money reserved for giving MSP goes only to the farmers of Punjab and Haryana, it will then go to farmers across India, and the share of Punjab and Haryana farmers in the whole MSP would come down drastically. You know, based on the number of farming households, based on the land which is cultivated. So all these factors will be taken into account. So you know. That is why probably Rakesh Tikait has said that it is probably aimed at weakening the Punjab and Haryana farmers. And they have the fear that after the success of the 2020-21 agitation, which went on for about a year, and for the first time, you know, the BJP government actually bent and they repealed the 3 farm laws. So they have this fear that this unity of the farmer unions was something which scares the centre. You know, if you look at it, then after the farmer agitation, what has happened in Punjab? Slowly, all the big farmer unions they have split. You know, they've split down to the middle. The Bharatiya Kisan Union Ekta Ugraha, they saw a split. The Bharatiya Kisan Union Dakonda, they saw a split. So it is seen by many leaders of the SKM, you know, as if, you know, has some kind of tacit support by of the BJP.
But do you feel, all well said, this thing point has been mentioned, that will they unite, and these farm unions will unite, because the larger cause is Punjab as MSP, the farmers?
See, there are various factors which is preventing the two sides to join forces. The first biggest factor is that so far the call of unity has been given by the KMM leader, Mr. Sarban Singh Bandher. So Mr. Jagjit Singh Dallewal, who has been on a fast, indefinite fast for now 41 days today. he has not made any attempts, to ask the other leaders to join in. Uh, Number two, there is also, the unions which are part of the SKM. They are also very wary of uniting with this front. The reason is that initially, when in 2020-21, when the farmers' protest was going on at the borders of Delhi, and it was proposed that on the Republic Day, on January 26, 2021, they would take out a tractor march across Delhi. The route had been worked out with officers of the Delhi police. Everything was set. They were allowed to take on their peaceful tractor rally. Now, one of the unions, which was Mr. Pandey's union, they actually digressed from the route that was decided. you know and also, one of the people, we all know what happened at the Red Fort that day. So I think, that thing is always in the minds of a lot of leaders of the SKM, and that is what is holding them back from actually giving a very like a complete support
But do you
to these
think
leaders.
they're fighting the elections like the BKU, one of the faction Rajewal for the elections. They have lost that apolitical, non-political appeal. Do you think that also
See, I
reason
think
is
we should not
interest?
confuse the two things. You know, the farmers, who are the biggest support base of these farmer unions, they have given. I mean, they have chosen these leaders, to lead them for issues related to agriculture. But when it comes to political decision making, when it comes to governance, I don't think the people gave them support. So I think that is what was the reason why all of them not just lost the election, but they also lost their security
But
deposit.
they have to be pressure groups. Every community has a pressure group in Punjab. Traders have a pressure group.
So
Do,
that
do,
is what
do,
this is just a pressure group. It is not a political group. It is just a pressure group. It's not a political group.
Ruchika, you tell me what is keeping the central government away from, initiating the talks with the reinitiating or restarting the talks with the farmers, though it's one of the factions which is sitting on the dharna.
So, when this whole thing was started in 2022, in the end of 2022, at the beginning of 23, sorry, at the end of 23 and at the beginning of 24, when this whole agitation by the SKM non-political and Pandey's KMM started, uh, initially there were three ministers, a delegation of three ministers from the center who was coming to Chandigarh. If you would recall, they were coming to Chandigarh and they were having talks. They were led by Mr. Piyush Goyal, and they included Mr. Nityanand Rai and also the then Agriculture Minister, Mr. Arjun Munde. So, the talks would last. Every time the talks would last for hours. They would end at about 1:32 in the night. The Punjab government acted as the bridge. The CM, Mr. Bhagwant Mann, he was the one who acted as the bridge, and he tried to ensure that both the sides reached on some common minimum program. But then the farmers refused to relent from their stand, and the talks failed. After that, there has been no attempt whatsoever from the center to start talks with the farmer unions. Now, if you recall what the Supreme Court has been saying in its hearing on the case, the Supreme Court has been asking the center that, what is stopping you from holding talks. The Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Chauhan, he made a statement a few days back saying that we will go by the SC directive. So I think the center probably has, realized that there is no unity amongst the farmer unions. As a result, they see that the numbers of people protesting are quite less as compared to, the protest that was held in 2020-21. Another important factor is also that here the demand is for MSP. It is not a demand for rolling back the three farmer laws as it was then. It's not a single point agenda. They have 14 agenda items. There are 14 demands. So a lot of these demands actually the center cannot fulfill.
Moreover, do you feel this is on Haryana border, that was on Delhi border,
Of
so
course,
the pressure
of
was
course, of course.
certainly.
The pressure on the government of India then was much more than what it is now.
Ruchika, do you feel that this prolonged agitation is leading to rise of radicalism in Punjab because of this?
That is a fear that has been expressed by several people, though it's been expressed in very, very hushed tones. Nobody has gone on record. But if you recall that the day they organized the Punjab Bandh last week, that is the day that a lot of people spoke against the farmer unions. There were several incidents, where people actually opposed the farmers and said that if you want to protest, there are other ways to protest. Do not interfere in our way of life. Do not interfere in how we do our business. Do not stop us from making our living. Just 2 days back, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, he met a few media persons, and here again, the chief minister said that the state suffered a loss of about 100 crore in just one day. And he also appealed to the farmer unions. He told them that please, if you have to carry on with your protest, do it in a manner where you're not impacting the lives of common man. So, of course, I mean, he's not said it directly, but this clearly indicates the fear that is there in the minds of most people that you have a huge population of unemployed youth. There are very few job opportunities. B, you kind of seal the borders of Punjab, at Shambu and at Khanori. So it is also leading to a feeling of alienation amongst a lot of Punjabis. See, the industrial investors and the traders, they are no longer very keen on investing in Punjab. If you see that even the Punjab born and bred businessmen, they are the ones who are putting up the greenfield expansion plans outside of Punjab. They're not willing to do it within the state. So overall, the atmosphere of alienation is being created. Then, if you look at it, on the political side, we've had two MPs who are clearly very radical in their thought and ideology, who have been chosen as MPs. In the then other than that, now the Magi Mela is going to be there, with Akali Dal being politically on the defensive. I mean, they are politically on the defensive. They've like been completely decimated. In that situation, the situation is very ripe for the radical element to grow. So, of course, this is a cause of major concern for a lot of people in Punjab. What does the Congress have to say about this?
Yeah, Congress leaders are quite vocal on this issue. They are saying that basically there is need, first of all, for the farmer unions to unite. Though the Rana KP and other senior leaders have said that Dallewal, it was wrong on part of Dallewal to go alone. He should have taken along everyone. But now, showing a larger heart, the farm union should unite because a prolonged agitation is not in interest of Punjab. Last time, Captain Amrinder Singh managed to take the farmers or guide them. They sat on the Delhi borders. So there was pressure on the central government. There's a lot of gathering. So the laws were repealed. Now they say because the prolonged agitation is on borders of Haryana, as you mentioned, it is leading to economic loss, is leading to the harassment to the common man. So they say that the pressure group of farmers is very important, but they must act together in the larger interest of Punjab.
So, Rajmeet, we are told that recently, last week there was a meeting where Mr. Vijay Rupani held a meeting with other senior leaders of BJP. And Mr. Vijay Rupani, some of the local leaders of the BJP, state leaders of BJP, they wanted him to address this issue of the farmers' agitation. But they were asked, I mean, they were told that, it is probably not the agenda for the meeting. What is your information from the BJP camp? Why is it that the central BJP leadership is not even willing to listen to their own state leaders on this issue?
So they have a larger national interest. They see that it's one of the, as you mentioned earlier, it's a one group. And they say there is not unity among the farmers. And third, that is not on the Delhi borders. So they are not interested to talk to them. These are the main factors, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajmeet. Thank you, viewers, for watching this episode of Decode Punjab. We will continue to update you on all the developments that is happening within the farmer unions. Do continue to watch Decode Punjab. Please do read your favorite newspaper, which is the Tribune, to know what is in the news and what goes on behind the news. Please watch us on all our social media platforms across X, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Thank you.